A common fear of most landlords is, are the tenants going to pay the rent? Right? Like, you've worked your whole life, you've put everything you had into buying this property, and you're kind of at the mercy of the people who live there being able to pay you every month, right? So we offer for our clients, our management clients, we offer flexible rent collection services, right? There's so many ways for tenants to pay. All right. The most common way that tenants pay is they pay online on our portal, right? So 77% of our units pay online. Okay. And we have hundreds of tenants. Some of them have been here way before we took over the buildings, so as we bring new tenants in, they pay the deposit online. We just set the expectation from the beginning to just pay online because that's the easiest way, right? So they each get a portal. They can come in here, they can make a payment one time, they can set up auto pay, they can pay with a credit card, with a bank statement, whatever's easier for them. Okay. Now, some tenants have, a little tighter on money than others. So we offer the ability right here to pay in installments. So what's that? That's pretty unique. I don't think a lot of people in our area offer this. And this is a service called Best Egg, right? So tenants can basically almost like Klarna, but for rent. So they can sign up for this. I don't believe it charges them anything if they make the payments to the plan that they design. So this way the landlord gets the rent on the first, the tenant can make payments throughout the month at a pace that's comfortable for them, and that's it. And then they can come and and then just be paid by the end of the month, and the following month do it again, or hopefully just pay it up front. So that's an option that we offer, right? Another option we offer is a lot of our tenants, they pay with money orders, right? And now think about the process of the money order. They have to go take the cash, go to a store, pay a fee to buy a money order. Then they need to deliver that money order to us somehow, either mail it or drop it off at our office. There's all these steps, right? So for those tenants that prefer to pay with cash and don't want to use online, we have this Pay Near Me cash pay slip, right? So they can go to CVS, 7-Eleven, Walmart, and Walgreens. So any time of day when they're out doing their business, they can have their cash on them. They go right to the register. The cashier will scan the appropriate barcode. The tenant gives the cash, and literally within 2 minutes, it's in the account, all set. Tenant's paid, their rent ledger is checked off, and good to go. So there's not a lot of excuses, right? And then finally, another way that tenants can pay, right? Because we believe, cash rules everything around me, right? Like we're never going to say no to cash. Okay. So if a tenant doesn't want to do any of that and they want that in-person personalized service, we have our office. Okay. It's right here on Bedford Street. The tenant can make an appointment with us. If they want to come when we're open, they could come on in, meet with our staff, pay the rent in person, get a receipt. Some people like that, Otherwise, if they want to pay after hours, we have a mail slot right here on our door that they know about, that they can deposit, put their check in there, their money order, whatever it is. It's in there. It's secure. They can pay that way. Okay. So many different ways to pay. Now, what happens when a tenant falls behind on rent? And we have a lot of tenants that have, over the last few years that have, just things happen, and we get it, the economy, so we want to work with tenants. We don't want to just jump right away to, eviction. So we try to come up with payment plans with them. We try to work it out. So one of the programs available in Massachusetts is RAFT, right? Residential Assistance for Families in Transition. So basically up to $7,000 per 12-month period, right? And, so they have to go online and apply, and we connect them with the website. And then we do our part on the back end on your behalf as the landlord. And we've collected in excess over $100,000 since 2020 or 2021 when this program came out. So we're very well versed in it. We know how to work with it. I think it's a great program if someone just kind of got in a temporary jam, but if it's a habitual thing and they've used up RAFT and they just can't pay and they've already, used up the Best Egg option, then, unfortunately we have to, move them out. Okay. And finally, the last thing we're looking at and we're exploring is the potential of eventually accepting crypto for rent payments, right? I mean, that's where the world's going, right? So, potentially if someone wanted to pay Bitcoin rent with Bitcoin or Solana or some stable coin. I mean, right now, if somebody told me they wanted to do that, I would figure it out with them. But eventually, I want to find the right platform that we can integrate this, because at the end of the day, right, we're in the people business, and we want to make it as easy as possible, as frictionless as possible for tenants to pay the rent, because that's in their best interest and it's in your best interest as a landlord. Okay. So that's our philosophy here. We want our tenants to be able to pay in a way that's most convenient and comfortable for them and their lifestyle. And like I said, 77% pay online, nice and easy, can set up auto pay with a credit card, whatever they got to do. All right, guys. So if you're having trouble collecting rents, just reach out to us. All right. The information's in the description. If you're watching this on our website, click that little box on the bottom right there, and you can just book an appointment with us. We'll book a call, and we'll see if we can help you be more efficient at collecting rents. All right, guys. Thank you.